Hey Konnect leaders, I'm Maddie. Who wants to win during small group discussion time? Everybody, right? You've worked throughout the whole service to connect with the kids in your small group in fun ways, from welcoming to teaching and into life application. Now it's time to bring it all home. Small group discussion time happens at the end of the hour so that kids can feel comfortable enough to share their thoughts, their ideas, and what they've been going through. As you approach small group discussion time, remember the purpose: connection, support, and turning kids to God as their ultimate help. When that's the focus, you can see the small group leader guide for what it is: a guide. Use the questions on the guide to get conversations started and to keep things moving forward when your group seems particularly quiet. But be sensitive to your group. Make sure that you choose questions that you think are best for them and that speak to their level, and let more than one kid answer the same question. One kid might have a different insight that another kid didn't. If a question sparks a kid to share a serious life event, like a death, or a divorce, or a big move, or bullying, don't brush it off just to get through the list of questions. Let them talk about it, see if anyone else in the group has gone through the same thing, and then take some time to pray about it. That's real life, and that's the real connection that Konnect is all about. It isn't about answering questions or getting right answers. It's about kids sharing their hearts and getting support and guidance from trusted people who will turn them to God. If a kid needs more individual support, or the story they're sharing is scary or inappropriate for other kids to hear, reach out to your MC or coach. Let them have a one-on-one conversation with the kid and reach out to a LifeKids staff member when necessary, as in instances of suspected abuse, neglect, homelessness, or a family in great need of material, emotional, or spiritual support. After about 10 minutes of discussion, refocus your group to prayer. Let kids in your small group share the things they want to talk to God about and keep track of them. You can have the kids pray for each other, or you can lead the whole group in prayer. If you're not sure what to pray, there's always a short prayer listed in the small group leader guide to help you out. And if you want a kid to read that prayer over the group, that's great too. Be consistent in leading your kids to connect to God through prayer every single week as a reminder that we aren't just at church to get good advice, but we're here to meet together and enjoy God's supernatural presence and power as a group. If no one in your group has brought up the ABCs yet, now is a great time to talk about it. See if your kids have any questions about what it means to follow Jesus, and ask if anyone wants to start following him. If a kid says they do, celebrate together because that is something special. Don't pray a salvation prayer with them, but let them know that you'll talk to their parents about it when they come to check them out. If your Konnect room has salvation and baptism cards for parents, grab one so you can give it to the parents to read later if they're interested. And if a parent asks you to lead their kid through a salvation prayer, talk to your Konnect coach for more help if you need it. Sometimes kids come to church without their parents, so talk to whoever brought them and see if you can get some contact info for a LifeKids staff member to follow up. If you can't get any information, write down the kid's first and last name and what grade they're in, and talk to your coach about it after all the kids leave. If the parents still haven't started showing up, break out the challenge cards. You can point out the activity on the challenge card, the weekly point, and the Bible verse, as well as look up the Bible plan on the YouVersion Bible app with the kids. Now don't let them fill out anything on the card, but make sure they know what to do with it. Challenge kids to complete the card at home, have a parent sign it, and then bring it back the following week to the Konnect window so they can earn points for what they've learned. Finally, as parents start to show up, you can bring out the small group activity that you did together earlier and let kids interact with it again. Getting them busy with that will help your group stick together while you work to partner with parents during checkout time. MCs, coaches, and techs, make sure that you're supporting your small group leaders during small group discussion time. Watch for small group leaders who are struggling with challenging behavior. Look for groups that have grown far too large over the course of the hour, and watch for small group leaders who are trying to ask for help. If a leader is struggling to keep their group together and their kids keep asking if they can play, step in and reiterate that we don't leave small groups to play until after all of the parents have finished checking their kids out. By MCs, coaches, techs, and small group leaders staying consistent in that, eventually the kids will stop asking and engage better in small group discussion.